So I've been registered for years. I did lose my number, but I had to go through every time I do it, I have to go through their affiliate company. Is there any way of getting my original number back?
You should be able to contact the HMRC helpline. They should be able to help you.
Okay.
But you will have to verify who you are.
Yeah.
And that's a pain in the arse.
Yeah, it is a pain in the arse. Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to come on to, we won't bother with that. Record keeping, you have to keep your own records as a self-employed person. In its simplest form, a list of your expenses going out, which are business expenses, and a list of your income coming in, okay, from self-employment. Yes, that would normally be sufficient, but it should be backed up by invoices. So you should be invoicing people who you're getting fees from. Or if you've got an agent that books anything, you get an agent remittance advice. If you're spending money on stuff, you should have a receipt or an invoice from whoever you're spending the money with to be able to justify it as an expense. Yes?
Very quickly, online, spending money online, it's just a screenshot of your online proof.
You should be able to get an actual receipt or an invoice. So Amazon, you can go into your Amazon invoice, click the drop down on the right-hand side, and it will give you an invoice.
Okay.
Yeah? Yeah.
When are savings are taxable, aren't they? I've got a savings.
Unless you've got an ISA.
Okay.
ISAs are not taxable.
Oh.
Yes.
If I employ someone as a freelancer and they tell me that they're registered as a sole trader and they actually weren't, am I liable for that?
Yes. No, you are liable. So always make sure your invoice you get from them has their unique tax reference number and their national insurance number on it. Okay. Okay. Keeping accounting records, I always say use something like an Excel spreadsheet or an app like OneTap. Highly recommend OneTap because it takes a photo of your receipts, it converts it into machine readable code, and you can download a CSV file which gives you all your data. You might have to play with it a bit. But OneTap is for self-employed people. If you have set up a limited company and you do it via limited company, the sister one is called Receipt Bank. Yes? QuickBooks is okay, but I would spit on it. But yes. It's shit. Because it's shit, basically. Well, with OneTap, you get the picture that you can actually take a picture and it will convert the data.
Yeah.
If you take the picture and send it to QuickBooks, you are still typing into QuickBooks what that is.
That's fine. Okay, this is good to know because I was trying to streamline and obviously I was like, this is not right.
Yeah, so I would recommend OneTap for your expenses and Wave, as in W-A-V-E. They have a free online version to do your invoicing from. Yes, next door to you.
Just ask a question on receipts. If somebody has bought a set of equipment for me, they got it on their card, and I am paying for that equipment by PayPal, so it's like a monthly payment to them or something, can I still put that on my tax return?
Yes.
Right.
So long as you've got some kind of agreement with that person to say you're paying it off monthly. Okay? Yeah.
The way around, if someone gives you money to buy something for your career, then
Okay.
that's not income.
That's not income, that'll be a gift, unless they've put something in there that to say you must pay it back. Okay, I'm going to quickly skip on because we're not getting to some of the crux of it. Never, ever, ever keep your receipts like the bit at the one at the top. That is a genuine client of mine. That's how he gave his stuff to me. Okay, so.
What was the difference between those two?
Okay. All right. I skipped over that. Basically, what it says is what is an allowable receipt and what is not allowable receipt. An allowable receipt details out what you spent.
Okay.
A non-allowable receipt is it just as a debit card or a credit card receipt. Okay? Yeah. So if you have them, you're screwed.
Oh no.
So I can't write on the paper what it was.
Right, I think the next person's coming. I don't know what the time is, so I haven't got a watch. So.
38 minutes past.
Okay, there was another sheet I gave out about allowable expenses. Okay, so they are allowable expenses for the self-employed. So we've got things like training and CPD. So you've already started your business. You know, you then go off on a training course. Oh, look, you're here now. This would be an allowable expense for you as a sole trader for your business. Okay? You've got things like advertising, marketing. If you put yourself in spotlight or anything like that, that would be an allowable cost. If you tout your services by flyers somewhere or letters, they would be allowable costs. Clothing is an allowable cost if it's to do with your performance.
Costumes.
Okay, so that comes under costume, as the person said.
So,
But-
training.
But if you just go out and buy a pair of leggings and some trainers, that would not count as items for clothing.
How do they call it?
It's up to, yeah, it's always the question that gets asked, how does the taxman know? I don't care how the taxman might know. If you are ever a client of mine, you will not be putting through your normal everyday clothing. Okay? Yes?
So if you had a separate job where your part of that job role is you're required to wear certain kinds of clothes, do you get to put
No.
those as
If it's a PAYE job, you cannot have any clothing allowance for that.
what's the difference with the
You get a salary and that's it.
No, I'm not, it's not one of those jobs.
So if it's self-employment and you have to
Yeah.
wear clothes,
Yeah.
you're not allowed the costs of those clothes.
Even if you're an athlete.
You can have your athletic gear if it is specific athletic gear, but some items you might turn up to the track in would not be an allowable clothing.
I mean, it's
It-
like specific in the contract that you have to wear certain type of things in there.
Would not be permitted. Yes.
So we do a lot of work with fire, so we're buying lots of cottons and things like that. That is black cotton leggings often as an underlayer. Can I not count that? Because it's normal.
Nope.
Costume.
Nope.
So why is that cargo pants also?
So
How do you
if it's
differentiate
normal
in that case?
clothing, it is
If you're wearing it as costume, but it could be seen as normal.
because it's seen as normal clothing. You can wear it to a venue, and you're not wearing it as costume. You're wearing it as normal clothing for everyday use, for decency and warmth. If it was protective clothing, so you're working with fire and those leggings had some kind of coating on them to make the fire. I know, I'm just saying that it would not be counted because you can wear it normal. But again, what you have to remember, it is your tax return. It is not my tax return. So if you have an accountant and you instruct someone to put it in, then they will put it in, but it's on your head be it.